Hello, so this is my first attempt at making a saber staff, well, any lightsaber. I got these parts from the Custom Saber Shop. So I'm gonna have, it's pretty much identical on either side. The thing that I wanted to make with this is a one button and one soundboard to power both blades. So I'll just show you what it'll eventually look like, but this is just the outer parts. I haven't done any of the internals yet, but just wanted to show you what I'm working on and what it's going to look like from the outside. Again, this will be a one soundboard, one button, that's right here, and it'll power on both sides. See how it goes. Hello, here are my internals, the things that I bought also from the Custom Saber Shop. I have two RGB LEDs. I have a speaker. I have a illuminated AV switch. I got this chassis online somewhere and modified it to make it work for what I'm trying to do, because there isn't really a how to do or buy this and make it kind of thing. And then I have a battery holder. I'm using the Pico Crumble 2.5 sound card, and this one's preloaded as the dark version. Yeah, these are all pre-wired from the Custom Saber Shop. They even have these nice connectors. That'll be good extensions, so really all I have to do is solder it on and it should be good to go. So this chassis was not meant for this project. I just found one online. I actually had to cut out all of this to fit my own battery holder. So I'm planning to hot glue this thing down into this space right here. I've already threaded the positive and negative battery wires out here because the soundboard's going to go on this side. So I will be hot gluing this down. Alright, so now this is glued down. Next I'm going to wire up my speaker. And then I will be putting in here. I did kind of cut out a hole because since I am going to wire this as a dual-sided saber, I'm gonna have to have some wires coming in from this end. From this end, come through here, pop up to the top so I can wire it to the same board, and then the rest will go out to the other side. Here is my sound card, and these two right here are the speakers, and that's what I'm gonna wire up first. Alright, so I ended up soldering onto the speaker. Two wires onto the speaker. I fed it through this hole, and then I have now soldered it onto the soundboard. Not too bad, I guess. Anyway, that's my first soldering. Alright, so next step I'm going to do, again, this chassis is going to come in from this side. I'm going to have to wire the switch and LED on this side. So I have this kind of pre-wired already, but I have the power and a blue LED. I have the red and green LED. Those are going to get plugged in over here, respectively. And then the switch has its power source and its own LED wiring. What I'm planning to do is pass 4 of these wires on this side, right here, and then I'm going to do the other 4 wires on the other side. That way when I put the battery back in, I'll have this gap right here where all the other wires will pass through. That way, because this chassis is exactly the inner diameter of the hilt, and I can't really have wires on the outside, so hopefully right here will be just enough space for 4 wires to sit. But then I'll wire it to the soundboard. That's the plan. See how it goes. Alright, so after I soldered on these wires, not the best job. Again, this is my first attempt ever, so I'll take it. But I kind of heated these wires and bent them around so that it can keep this low profile so I can slide it in and out. And then I decided to add this heat shrink to possibly keep it more solid. And then, yeah, here's my wires to wire to the switch and LED. Technically, I am done for this side of the hilt. All I have to do is plug them in. Now I need to wire the other side. I am planning on wiring underneath the board because I can, and I'm going to try and we'll see what happens. I still haven't wired the power, the battery yet, but I figured I could do that last. But for now I just wanted to get the wires in the right spot. So that's my update so far. Alright, so I did end up soldering the other side. So again, here are my light wires. So the white is the power, blue is the blue LED, and then this is the red and green one. I taped the red because it didn't come as a red and green pair. I also soldered the power, the battery, so the positive lead and the negative lead. And then I already stuck in a battery to check to see everything is wired properly. And it is. I haven't shown you putting the AV switch. That took a little bit of time, but I did end up getting in there and screwing it down, so it's holding pretty well. So yeah, next I'm gonna feed this through, wire everything up, and I'll show you what it looks like. Actually, I wanted to show you guys a close-up of my soldering. Again, this isn't the best. This is my first attempt. It was quite difficult to get all 4 of these wires all soldered in one spot. I had to heat shrink these together to kind of hold them together. It just took forever. Also, these two coming from different ends, soldering in the same spot was difficult. I did end up soldering some to the bottom, which made it a lot easier. Sorry, it's kind of dark. There you go. But it didn't work out great because as soon as I heated it up, the connection on this side fell through. So again, that's kind of why I went with all 4 right on top. But yeah, that's my soldering. Alright, so I wired it all up, put it all back in, plugged it in. Things that I am missing though, I mean, I haven't painted it, I haven't done anything, but I haven't put in blade retention screws on either side yet, so it kind of doesn't really hold the blade yet. I will do it. I just wanted to show you what it looked like. So right now I'm just going to slide some blades in just to give it some color. And then also, I haven't drilled out any holes in the middle. The speakers are actually facing this way and my speakers are right in the middle. I kind of wanted to drill out a couple holes here and a couple holes here, maybe just to give it symmetry, but I am planning on putting some holes there. With the Pico crumble, when it's off, the light will be off. I soldered it to the deep sleep mode part. So if that light is off, then that means it's in deep sleep mode. From here, if you hold on to it for 5 seconds or a few seconds, you can change the color. And I'll show you that first. So now there's the color I selected earlier, but you can push this and cycle through, I believe, 16 different colors. Which is pretty awesome. I might go back to that blue that I like this guy. So then you hold it, and then it selects it. So then, again, I did want to make this because I wanted a staff with 1 button activation. It's now out of deep sleep mode because the light is on. And there's my saber lit up. This is the dark font. But pretty cool. 1 button activation. You can kind of hear it. Again, if I drill some holes, it'd be a lot better. It does have flash and clash. And then the other nice thing about the Pico crumble is if I hold it down, I can go into silent mode. And now it's in silent mode. No noise whatsoever. Still has the flash on clash. And the cool thing about the Pico crumble, because I also have an Nano with Scotty, but this one actually memorizes that you are in silent mode. So then the next time I turn it on, I don't have to hold it again or forget. I turn it on and it's back in silent mode. And that goes for the same with sound. So whichever one it was last on, it'll remember that. Then again, I can go back to sound. I'll bring it closer so you can see up close. And there's a flicker, which I really like. Yeah, so there's my first lightsaber I ever built.